It was one hell of a day for Glenn Dickson, February the 18th this year. He was out spearfishing about 40 kilometres that way off the Far North Queensland coast when he was attacked repeatedly by a 3.5 metre bull shark. His right leg was severed and the loss of blood caused by that injury meant he almost died 6 times during an epic journey to get him to hospital. Against the odds, Glenn survived. He says the love of his beautiful young family is what got him through. But now, 7 months on, that love is being tested again because Glenn has decided to face up to his fear and maybe the shark too by getting back into the water. In a boat and out on the water is where Glenn Dickson has always found peace. Even now, after losing his leg from a shark attack, he still wants to enjoy the ocean. Why do you want to get into the water so soon after the attack?
Because you can't stop living life just because you get knocked down and you need to get back up and you need to keep trying it. And I love the ocean and I knew what the risks of what I was doing that day.
Spearfishing is his passion, and for the past 7 months, Glenn has missed it. But today, he's facing his fears and getting back in the water.
Can I fix your chin?
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm nervous, but try not to overthink it the best you can.
Fiancée Jessie Lee has helped Glenn recover. She's understandably nervous, but she's not going to stop him.
I think it's good for him to move forward and keep going on with life rather than letting the unfortunate thing that happened to him get to him.
Glenn, today, seems a picture of health, young and fit. It's hard to believe the 25-year-old almost bled to death in the middle of the Coral Sea after being mauled by a 3.5 metre bull shark back in February this year.
We're in a boat at the moment, we're racing in, we just had a shark attack.
Are you with the patient now?
Yeah, we're with the patient, he's not in a good way.
Few people could have survived what Glenn Dickson endured.
I remember seeing a bright light. It was very bright.
What were you thinking about?
My son, my daughter, my family. In that situation, you can't think deeply. You could only see pictures of their faces.
Who's boxing first? We'll take turns.
Glenn focused on his 4-year-old son Reef, 2-year-old daughter Lila, as well as Jessie Lee, who at the time was pregnant with their 3rd child Aurora, now 3 months old.
You want to talk to Daddy? Hey?
On that horrible day, Glenn did have some good luck. His mates Peter Kossiker and Aaron Butler were with him, as well as Rick Batua, who had 3 decades of first aid training learned from his time in the US Navy. What were his injuries when you pulled him on board?
He had a 360-degree cut around his thigh, about right here. It went completely all the way around, and every vein and every artery was severed. He also had a massive gash on his calf here, slicing down into that as well.
How much time did you have to save Glenn's life?
It came down to seconds.
He's still conscious, mate, he's awake. We've got a guy that used to be in the Navy in America. He's got him in the recovery position. We've got a tourniquet on. I'm sorry if I'm yelling, mate. I'm just...
No, you're right, mate.
And then Rick in my ear telling me, you got to go back to your family, you're not going to die on me today.
You were dying.
Yeah. More than once too. But I was determined.
How close were you, do you think?
As close as you can get. As close as you can get.
I never gave up.
Glenn rode out an agonising 45-minute boat ride before being flown to Cairns Base Hospital, arriving there 4 hours after the attack. How many times do you think he died?
At least 6.
6 times.
At least 6. From what I saw, at least 6.
Glenn was in the fight of his life. But after 5 hours of surgery, his leg had to be amputated. Here's a mark of the man. With incredible determination, he was up and walking with a prosthesis just 3 months later.
Step and push back. Good. Take a step and push through your stump. Push through, push back, push back. Good.
Take me to the day that you stood up for the first time after the attack.
I got up and I walked, but to be honest, at that point, it really didn't feel like it was a part of me because it wasn't comfortable and it was somewhat painful and there was a lot of pressure. I've had to learn to love my leg.
So at what point did you start to love your new leg?
When I really got over sitting down in the wheelchair.
Back in the gym, Glenn has made inspiring progress. He still has a long way to go with his recovery and is getting counselling for post-traumatic stress.
Click it in, you know how to do this part, remember?
But he's got plenty of good help.
Good job. There you go.
Yes, I'm supportive and it's unconditional love. It's, you know, even though he's lost a leg, it doesn't change who he is to me. This is just something on the outside of him. I love him for who he is on the inside and the person that I first met.
When I feel negative, she turns it into a positive.
And do you reckon that leg's kind of cool anyway?
Yeah, I do. Our kids think it's awesome. They do. No other kid in Reach daycare class has a robot daddy, so it's pretty cool.
Out on the barrier reef today, he's about to conquer a fear, returning to the water that so nearly claimed his life, doing what he loves.
I'm thriving, I'm living.
Should we get in the water?
Yes, let's rip this band-aid off.
All right. No sharks today, thankfully. And within 15 minutes of being back in the ocean, Glenn's already caught his first crayfish. Well done.
Thanks.
How do you feel?
Oh, great. I'm living the dream, aren't I?
Did you feel edgy at all?
A bit at the start, but once I got back in the water, I just feel we're back at home.
And you got dinner sorted for me.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Have a feed. That's what it's all about. Well done.